All right, taking a live look on the U.S. Capitol this Thursday morning, where a bit later today, senators are set for a high-stakes vote that could decide the future of Affordable Care Act subsidies. Millions of Americans could see their health costs jump if Congress doesn't act, and now a pair of dueling plans are headed for the floor today. Enhanced ACA subsidies end on December 31st. That is less than 3 weeks from today. It is a deadline that could trigger sharp premium increase for millions. And again, these two plans are now being considered. The Democratic plan would extend enhanced ACA subsidies for several years, keeping premium caps in place and preventing price spikes for millions. However, the Republican, they also have a plan. The Republicans' plan would phase out the expanded subsidies and shift assistance toward health savings accounts, giving consumers more flexibility, but raising premiums for many people as well. So time to see what we can expect today. We've got Stephen Patrick, chair of Emory's Department of Health Policy and Management. Glad to have you here because there's a lot to sort out this morning. So let's start with the basics, Stephen. What exactly happens to these premiums on January 1st if Congress doesn't decide to extend these subsidies?
Well, if Congress doesn't extend the subsidies, we'll see millions of people will see premium increases. And so for people in Fulton County, for example, if you're a family making $75,000 a year, a family of four, you'll see about a $200 a month increase in your premiums that you pay.
All right, so, again, there's two different proposals here. We just kind of went through the details of them being presented on the Senate floor. What's the biggest divide, the biggest policy divide between them?
Well, first is just continuing the subsidies. So doing what we've had for the last few years to keep monthly premiums low for Americans who buy their health insurance on the exchange. And the other are health savings accounts. What the Republicans and what President Trump have proposed is taking money and putting it into a health savings account. And this is what health savings accounts do. They have a catastrophic plan coupled with a savings account where you can pay for individual care. The problem with that is that for most people, you have to have about $7,000 to fully fund those accounts. The proposals we're hearing are somewhere between $1,500 and $2,000 in those accounts. And the worry is that people just won't have enough money to actually pay for care.
Yeah, and we saw during the government shutdown both sides for weeks sticking to their points. So do either of these proposals have a realistic path of actually getting passed?
As of this morning, it doesn't look like either will pass. We're still at this place where there's appears to be a deadlock.
Okay, so we also got to talk about the insurers, and the consumers. Of course, perhaps most important. How disruptive is that for them when Congress is really waiting until the last minute? I mean, we are only just a couple weeks away from the deadline.
Yeah, for all of us, it's if we all had just a $200 a month increase. That's disruptive for folks, particularly right now as the economy is weaker, to try to just plan a budget. So that's disruptive for individuals, and certainly it's disruptive for plans too. Over the last several years, we see plans move in and out of the exchange where there's this, disruption in the market. We might also see others leave the market as well.
Okay, so if this doesn't pass, and as you mentioned, there's kind of a slim margin here for it to pass, could we see any type of short-term plan worked out before that December 31st deadline?
Quite possibly. We've seen people propose everything to a one-year extension. So I think everything is on the table right now, including short-term fixes just to extend the subsidies.
Mm-hmm. So who's going to be impacted the most by this? Are we talking about more lower-income families?
It's yes and. So the lower income families will have higher premiums to pay. The enhanced premiums that we saw during COVID and beyond also increased the ceiling to where additional people could get premium subsidies. So people will be affected. Certainly the people that have lower incomes, have less disposable incomes, will have the greatest effect on their families.
All right, so Stephen, as lawmakers will be debating this and perhaps voting on this as soon as today, what should people who are watching right now who rely on this coverage be doing? Is there anything they can be doing right now?
Well, I think one is to prepare, and two is to communicate. If you have, I think part of this is just us all talking about the Affordable Care Act and how we actually have insurance. The insurance system is really complicated, but I think this is where people can talk to their, talk to their neighbors, talk to other folks about how they get insurance to get the word out there, because this is a serious issue. And I would say probably a year ago, nobody even knew about tax subsidies. And so making sure we have broader conversations about how people are insured is important.
All right, and we'll see how this all plays out with this big vote today. Stephen, Patrick, very helpful to hear your insight and kind of breaking it down for us. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.